right, Crouchy. I think it's time for bed. Would you like a bedtime story? Oh, me too. I want to tell you a favorite story of Spirit Halloween and their animatronics of 2023. Does that sound fun? All right, Crouchy. Good night, sweet dreams. I hope you love my story. Honk, honk. And once upon a time, Spirit Halloween opened up and introduced us to Spirit Hallows Cemetery. And we have Leatherface. You'll know it's already too late to run, and you'll soon become his next victim once you hear his revving chainsaw. With his powerful strength and bone-chilling screams, this madman is sure to give your friends and family a fright. You never know what kind of mood he'll be into until you get a good look at his horrifying face. Juggling can be a cutthroat competition, and Stilts would do anything to be the best in business, even if it meant knocking out the competition. He was sure his 10-pin juggling act would impress the judges, but when he lost to a chainsaw-tossing lumberjack, he couldn't handle it. So Stilts used his 10 pins and took out the competition permanently. Now he stalks the city streets begging to impress unsuspecting onlookers with his act. But they better cheer loud enough, otherwise it's the last show they will ever see. Heckle was one of the best comedians, cutting down all contenders with his quick wit and razor-sharp insults, until one night, a little too full of himself and wine, Heckles took on a new comedian who reduced him to shreds. Now, with no confidence left and laughed out of the biz, he hustles balloons for a few bucks. Unfortunately, the kids and their parents don't know that he fills the balloons with poisonous gas. Anything to get the last laugh. Poor George. George was a good clown. He made the kids laugh, the parents smile, and kept the circus happy. Then a strange thing happened on Halloween. George was performing for tips in the street while the circus was on winter break when an out-of-control cable car came around the corner and sliced him in half. Amazingly, George's body survived the accident, but his mind became tormented. Instead of jokes and gags, he now stares down passers-by, laughing crazy. But they better not stay too long because poor George will ensure they don't get very far. After his terrible accident, poor George gained a few more tricks up his sleeves. The widow, when she caught her cheating husband with her sister on October 30th, it gave a whole new definition of mischief nights. Let's just say dragging two bodies from the bedroom to the local lake can put a crick in anyone's neck. That plus tripping on the roots of a cypress tree and tumbling down the muddy hill and breaking your neck. So now, when anyone in town hears a twig snap, they jump in fear. The widow and her broken neck are there to take them to a watery grave. Dagger Mike was never a normal kid. He liked rats, bugs, knives, creepy clowns, and scaring the heck out of everybody in the neighborhood. Then when he turned 9, he started to get creative, employing elaborate traps to trick the local kids and send them running home. However, the locals caught on quickly and tried to put an end to Mike's game. So instead, he opted for something simpler, a cute clown outfit and 2 little daggers. Now there are no more tricks, so when you see Mike, you better steer clear or be ready for your final surprise. In the early 1930s, little Sally Smith found a darling dolly buried in the backyard of her family's home. The Smiths hesitated to keep the doll, but it was too late. Sally had already become infatuated. Weird things started happening around the house. Mrs. Smith blamed Darling Dolly. One night, in a panic during a terrible thunderstorm, Mrs. Smith buried Darling Dolly in the same spot little Sally had unearthed her. But when lightning struck Mrs. Smith's steel shovel, Dolly's grave lit up with an eerie blue glow. The doll and Mrs. Smith were forever changed into something more sinister. Sally swore it was a nightmare, but her father knew his wife was gone forever and Darling Dolly would be back to claim her next victims. After a life of sins, lies, deceit, a world of endless pain and suffering was an inevitable outcome for his life. Ever the scammer and con artist, he managed to strike a deal with the devil. Now reborn as a powerful demon, Hellspawn, he sits as the right hand of Satan himself. Every night, Hellspawn emerges from the inferno to cheat, connive, and convince new souls to do the devil's bidding, resist his temptations, or suffer greatly as he drags you to hell. Dealing with the devil is never a good idea, and the Hellspawn animatronic found out the hard way. Avoid being his next victim. Slim is not to be taken lightly. Slim is always on the hunt for any helpless humans he can capture to feed his crew, equipped with his green popcorn bag he has in the film. Get too close and you might just get shrunk and end up being the killer clown's next tasty snack. There's no way telling of what kind of mischief Slim will cause this Halloween once he comes to life. Watch out in terror. He's coming for you. Tired of getting pecked day and night by crows and bombarded by rotten fruits from passersby, the Scarecrow decided to take revenge. So now he sits patiently, armed with a tempting bowl of candy, waiting for an unsuspecting guest with a sweet tooth to reach for the bowl. But by that moment, it's already too late. One look at the Scarecrow's tormented face, and your treat becomes a torment that will leave you mad and your life a walking nightmare. Gordo loved scaring people. He would jump out around the corners, pop up from behind the couch, closets, and wear camouflage to create an elaborate outfit. Whatever it took to get people to get scared, but of course, it's never a good idea to scare an elderly woman, especially if she's a 200-year-old witch. As soon as she gathered herself, the witch cursed poor old Gordo, and now he's permanently grinning as a jack-o'-lantern. The jumping spider. Just when you thought spiders couldn't get any scarier, they jump at you when you least expect it. And they are out there looking like they are sleeping, but you get too close and he'll be out for blood. Her parents barred her from seeing him. Her brothers locked her in her room. Night after night, and sisters tried everything, including hiding her away at the local nunnery, but nothing kept her from his arms, not even death. When her love turned up dead mysteriously, she vowed never to leave his side. Now she weeps for eternity, turned to stone by his hardened grip. Ava should have been married. In her old-fashioned village, she was already considered a spinster. By the age of 25, her friends all had found love, and she ached to be the next. As the sun set on another lonely evening, Ava succumbed to her last resort. According to local lore, if she climbed into a freshly dug grave in the town cemetery at exactly midnight, her true love would show up at sunrise and revive her with a kiss. When Ava awoke the following morning with her lips pressed against a cold, dead kiss of her undead master, she learned the true meaning of being careful about what you wish for. Love is what brought Ava to her downfall, and now her partner, the Black Heart, is ready to seduce any unsuspecting guest to be his next victim. The end. Good night, Crouchy. I hope you enjoyed your bedtime story.